Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Puffco Peak Pro dab of the day with a special treat. SoCal Dabbers Diamonds. Hello, everybody. Today is Saturday. Thanks for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Send a subscription, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I respond to all comments. Let's get started with today's topic. Today's topic is one for the ages. We're going to discuss what it's like to be normal. Well, who defines normal? Almost all of us spend time in our lives thinking about whether we're normal or not. Not a bad question. Did you know 1 in 4 Americans have a mental disorder? Seriously. So, a person with a mental disorder, I have one, many people do, has behaviors, feelings, and thoughts that deviate from the norm. I match up really well with society, but guess what? I don't. Many of us match up really well with society, but guess what? We don't. When we ponder what's normal, it's often in a sense of determining whether the way we think and act is the same or at least similar to the majority of other people. But who says the majority of other people are normal? You see, in a social situation like a party, you can make polite conversation with a stranger about the host, about the food, about the weekend. You can make conversation with another person who might have a mental issue and sees things totally differently than you do. So, is it not normal or is it just different? You know, when it comes to evaluating our own behavior, we usually decide to behave the way we think is normal. At the same time, social standards have a strong influence on the idea of normal, especially in Western society. Well, we can look at society's laws to see what's culturally considered normal, but it always doesn't give us the right clues. So, another sense of the word, normal means average or standard. So, normal, seen through the eye of the beholder, is filtered through the lens of society. So, there's got to be a lot more information before we coin a person normal. What's a normal person like? Too many people, I think, spend time striving for, begging themselves to conform to the norm. They may tone down their opinions, dull their personalities, stifle their laughs, bury their needs, and change their appearances, all to fit in with the current societal view of whatever normal is. So, is normal forgetting what makes us happy? Is normal saving your dreams until retirement? Is normal believing that money is the most important thing? Is normal believing that the experiences and opinions of others have to be your own? Is normal avoiding talking to or connecting with strangers? Is normal believing everything you see and hear? Is normal never laughing too loudly in public? Is normal eating 3 meals a day? Is it working 9 to 5? Is it blaming other people for everything that went wrong in your life? You see, here's the problem. I just listed characteristics randomly of people. But you know what? Average people. The word average. Just plain people. What are they like? Well, you know, normal people focus in the past. Unfortunately, they have a hard time. We have a hard time of getting out of the past into the current or the future. You can't turn back time. You only get one chance at life. Average people have dreams of winning the lottery. I don't win it too often. If I do, it's $1 or $5. You know, average people think inside the box, not outside the box. See, that must make me abnormal. I like to think out of the box. You see, I think what happens is when you try to be average, you're not responsible for anything. You're standing or sitting within this box, the circle, whatever you want to live in, and you're not going to get out of it. Average people have unfinished products. Average people choose to live average lives. Do you think you're average? Is that it? I don't. Knock wood. I think I'm well above average in many characteristics. So, if you want to be average, all you have to do is keep your goals and your dreams to yourself. Do nothing to accomplish them. After enough years, you'll realize the world didn't stop for you. Everyone has passed you by. And then you'll begin to yearn for more. Everybody has to feel it differently. You know, I describe myself as the person who knows every ache and pain and can describe it in detail when it's happening. Mrs. Stoner, unfortunately, or fortunately for her, if her arm, God forbid, was broken, she wouldn't know it was broken until she heard her fingernails dragging on the ground. She could tolerate, thank God, so much bad stuff. But thank God, the bad stuff doesn't happen to her that much. You see, the way normal works is I think you fill into normal, if that makes any sense. If all through your life you're called abnormal, if all through your life you're called a bad kid, a bad adult, a bad person, you're horrible. You know what you're going to feel like and be? Horrible. If you're around people who are doing that to you, change it now. Get away from them. I lived with a parent, and then after living with him, I lived around a parent and was in proximity to a parent who did nothing but try to make me feel bad and low. Well, guess what? That's not normal. So if you're in a situation where you're feeling down and you're feeling low, and it's because somebody else is helping you get there, guess who's not the normal one in that equation? The person doing it to you. You're the normal one. They're not the normal ones for doing it to you. Put that hat on. So how do we explain this in summary? There is no normal. There's a shade of black, there's a shade of white, there's a shade of pink, there's a shade of blue. Who's to say what number hue it is? Okay? What Pantone number it is? It's all in the eye of the beholder. If you and your family and you and your loved ones are getting along and everything is fine, guess what? You're normal. If you and your loved ones and you and your family are having trouble and there's fighting and there's yelling and there's problems, guess what? You're not normal. You got to find a way to fix it. Don't worry about the details right now. Worry about the big stuff. Okay? If you're standing on 2 feet, hurrah. If you're not and you're unable to, you know what? You got to find a way that you can. This has been the Real Senior Stoner, talking about normal. And you really got to remember, it's just talking about normal, because we've now determined, guess what we've all determined here today? There is no normal. Is it normal because I say it's normal? Of course not. Is it normal because it said so in the book? Of course not. So everybody will rise and seek their own level of normal. If you enjoyed this discussion, you know what to do. Join the family, send a like, and comment. I loved having you all today to talk about normal. This has been the Real Senior Stoner with my Puffco Peak Pro and some SoCal delicious dab diamonds. Cheers, everybody, and have everybody a real fine day on this Saturday. Thanks for joining me. go. Oh, is that tasty? My goodness. Have a great one, everybody.